and I will be attending the University of... Hello people who search the interwebs, my name is Natalie. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know what that was. This video is like exciting and both like kind of sad because I'm gonna have to review all of my college decision process so far, which was a very tough process this year. I know that the 2022 application year was the worst one in history. A lot of colleges' acceptance rates dropped to like 5 to 10% when they were normally like 20%. So I'm just gonna be sharing with you guys my tips and tricks. I don't know, what I wish I would have known before I started the application and during my application. Just things that you guys should know, I guess, things that I've learned from this process, because it's a challenging process, especially to navigate on your own. I know some people have like a college counselor. I didn't have one, so I had to do all of it on my own. Also, don't judge my nails. They're coming off from prom. And yeah, it's just a challenging process. And I'm going to reveal where I'm going, which is so excited because I feel like in a bunch of videos recently I've said, oh, I'll tell you guys where I'm going to college soon, but I'm not going to say yet. So this is the video that will be revealed at the end. I'm also going to talk about why I didn't go and choose the other universities that I got into and which universities I applied to and got rejected from. So here we go. So let's go on with the video. Make sure to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and give this video a big thumbs up if you're in the class of 2022, and comment down below if you're going to college, where you're going to college, what you're majoring in, what you're excited about, anything like that. Or if you're an underclassman, go ahead and share where you want to go. I don't know, what you want to do, anything really. Yeah. Alrighty, so like I said, this college admission process was one of the worst ones in history, I'm pretty sure. Schools like UCLA, NYU, New York University, and University of California, Los Angeles, Berkeley, like all the schools like that, they dropped from like a 15% acceptance rate to like a 5%. For the UC schools, I know that they were super selective this year. People were getting rejected from like UC Davis and UC Irvine. Like some of the smartest people I know were getting rejected from the more like the less selective UCs. So I know they had passed a bill not too long before talking about that they had to accept more in-state people because they are state schools, and just 150,000 people applied to UCLA. Now they only have so many dorms, so like they can only accept a set amount of people. So obviously their acceptance rate can be really low with how many people apply to that school. And yes, I think that's a big reason why the acceptance rates were so low this year. Also, most schools were test optional. So a lot of people who, like me personally, I didn't submit my test scores, and my test scores weren't good at all by any means. I really tried. I'm just not a good standardized test taker at all. Like my grades are good. I get majority A's, and I just did not do good on my SATs at all. I don't even really feel comfortable like talking about my test scores because I did not very good at all. So yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of lucky that I didn't have to submit it, but I don't think it really worked out for me. I think that, I don't know if it really worked, but I know that MIT's going back to have with required standardized testing, and I think a lot of the other Ivies are going to go along with it. I don't think the UCs will, but I'm not sure about that. I just don't think that they will because they're, I don't know. I guess all those schools are like pretty, like in the future, but I feel like they might go back to test scores just because this year is so hard that I think that the test scores for those schools for picking students might be still good, or they might like make you submit them, but they maybe like don't have to use it or something. I don't know. I think that is interesting, but I think that those are the two reasons why the acceptance rate was so low, because more people were applying to schools, so they had to obviously reject more people, which means less people can get admitted. Essays. So the Common App essay is your biggest essay. I would start writing that the summer in between your junior and senior year, because you can really edit it and make sure that it's like, that essay should be your child. If you log on to the Common App, which is the website, there's the Common App, the Coalition, and then like Texas and the UCs have their own application system. Almost all the schools will be on Common App. A couple that aren't on Common App will be on the Coalition, and then the separate ones for Texas and the UCs have their own special website that you apply on. It's funky and I don't really like that, but it's fine. So the Common App opens up on August 1st. So do not put your information in there on the Common App, because on like July 31st or July 30th, the whole website shuts down and then they reopen and all that information will get deleted. So don't start filling out your Common App application stuff till August 1st, but you can make a Common App account and look, because they have the Common App essay prompts. And that's like your essay that every single school that you apply to will see, unless it's on the like separate websites. And that, I think it's a 650 word maximum. I mean, you can make it less than that. I think I got like 649, 648 words. So yeah, that word count fills up really fast. They have prompts on there to help you guide it, and they also have a prompt that's like free. You can write about whatever you want. I wrote mine about like my family and my heritage and stuff, because I'm Native American, so I talked about that. I know people have written it about like food, people write about like music, people write about like their bed, just like they talk about the most random things. And that's your essay that's going to show your personality the most. So you want to tell a story. You don't want to talk about like something that everybody else is talking about, like why I love my mom or my sports injury, or like something that's like basic. You want that essay to stand out a lot. So I would definitely start working on that early, because I think that will really help put you ahead of the game. And then you can edit it and make sure that it's good. You can watch YouTube videos online. People read theirs, and you can kind of base yours off of that if you don't know where to start. I think a good way, if you can't figure out a topic, is like get a piece of paper and just write like your favorite things down or something, and pick like your like something off that list you think could be a cool like metaphor, or you think really fits your personality, or you can relate it to something that you like. Like there's this one girl who wrote hers about, I can't remember who, I think it was a YouTube video, maybe it was a supplemental essay, which is an essay that like from the specific college that they want you to write. But she talked about her favorite color of pink and how it corresponds to like her like image of herself and her self-esteem. So I don't know, I think it's like you can be really creative with that essay, and I think you should just have fun with it and make it yours. Again, do not put it into the Common App before August 1st, because it will get deleted unless you save it in Google Doc. So that's that. Now, my biggest fatal flaw when picking at least what universities to apply to is that I didn't necessarily look into the specifics of the school. I didn't look into the majors, the programs, just the school as a whole. I basically just picked schools based off their name and location. So the 7 schools I applied to were Oregon, ASU, CU Boulder, Stanford, UCLA, USC, and Claremont McKenna. So I applied to 7 schools, which is probably about middle. Some people apply to more, some people apply to less. I wish I maybe had some target schools in there. When I originally made my college plan, probably a year ago, today, my colleges I was going to apply to then, I think I had 12, and Berkeley was on that list, and then I visited it and didn't like it. So that's a huge thing, is visit the schools a little, if you can, before you apply, because then you know if you, I just did not like Berkeley's campus at all. I did not see myself going there at all, and USC was really low on my list, but it really stood out the campus, but you'll find out later what happened with that school. Now, you're probably asking, well, Natalie, what should I pick colleges based off of? So I do think location is a big thing. I mean, if you love to ski and you can't live without it, don't go to school in LA. I guess there's Big Bear. Don't go to school in somewhere where it doesn't have ski, like Oregon or something, I don't know. Vice versa, if you don't like the city, don't apply somewhere where it's in a big city. Don't apply to UCLA, because you will not like it, because it is in a giant city. It literally has no campus. I mean, it does. Their campus is really pretty. Don't apply to NYU. They don't have a campus. If you want that college feel, look into that. So I think that's another thing. Also, if you're into Greek life, I think I might join a sorority. I'm very hesitant about it, but I think I want to. I think I'll get really bad FOMO if I don't do it. I think it's just fun. I want to meet, I think that's a good way to meet people, is through that. So if you want to go do Greek life, don't apply to school that doesn't have Greek life. Look into the things that you want to do. If you want to be a business major, apply to schools with a business major. If you want to do engineering, apply to schools with engineering or medical or whatever. That's a huge thing. A lot of people, again, I was going to apply to UC San Diego, I looked into it more, and they don't have business as a major, so I didn't apply because they didn't have that program. But I think I would have really liked the school. If you want a school with like a super college-y feel, again, don't apply to like a school in a big city like NYU. Again, they don't have a campus. I didn't apply to NYU. I just know from people telling me. Pick schools based off of, again, maybe distance from home. If you want to move far away from home or don't want to move far away from home, that's a reason. Finances is a big thing. If you are worried about finances, when you look up schools, you can look up if your school is a need-based financial aid, like Stanford and those schools are need-based financial aid, so they'll give you the financial aid that you need no matter what. So if you get it, excuse me, that's a big thing. I think finances might go into more of once you actually get into the school, once you get your scholarships figured out and all the stuff figured out, and then you can see once you get in, because they give you a detailed like financial aid list of all the things that they're giving you, what the government's giving you. Make sure to fill out your FAFSA. It's really hard to say. That's the money from the government. And yeah, so finance is a thing, a reason to not apply to a school. I know that Syracuse in New York is really expensive, so I don't know. It just depends. I think that one might be more of a factor of picking once you get accepted into all your schools, which one to apply to, but it's still something to consider when applying at the beginning of the process. Okay, probably the moment you've all been waiting for is what schools did I get accepted into, rejected from, blah, blah, blah. The first one I got back was Stanford because I applied restrictive early action. So there's 3 types of applications. There's early decision, early action, and regular decision. Early decision is basically for the super selective schools like Harvard. Stanford doesn't have it. MIT, Northwestern, I think NYU has it, like those schools. And if you get into the school, you have to go. You don't have a choice. Early action is you get to apply early, so before everybody else, so you basically don't get your first semester senior things that you've done in your application. So if you're pretty confident with that, for the more selective schools, that's a really good idea. Or just to get your like basic state schools out of the way. That's what I did for early action. Restrictive early action, which is what I did for Stanford, is the only early decision. That school that you apply to is the only school, like you can't apply early decision to Harvard and Yale. You have to pick one, because if you get in, you have to go there. So if you get into both of them, then you have to go to both, and that's not possible. So Stanford has their own thing, which is restrictive early action. I don't know if any other school has it, but you can't apply to any other school early decision, but you don't have to go if you get in, which we're foreshadowing to the fact that I didn't get into Stanford, which was not a surprise at all. But then regular decision is just a normal like deadline, whatever. It's just you're in the regular pool. So we're gonna go. If you apply early action or early decision, you can get deferred, which means that your application will be reviewed again in the regular decision pool. So with everybody who applies the regular decision, you can also get waitlisted, which means after the regular decisions come out, like in April and March. That means that you weren't picked yet, but when people don't go to that school, then waitlist spots open up and you can go. But you can't like accept a school, which kind of sucks. Like I have a friend, because May 1st is National Decision Day, which is when you have to have your college decision in unless you're waitlisted. So one of my really close friends, she's waitlisted at Vanderbilt, which is really where she really wants to go. But so she put in an enrollment deposit at ASU, but she can pull it out if she gets off the waitlist. But you don't find out if you get off the waitlist till after May 1st, because that's when everybody's denying it. So that's what really sucks about it, about getting waitlisted, unless you get off the waitlist earlier, because some schools do it earlier. But yeah, so that's the hard and challenging part about being waitlisted. But yeah, so the first decision I got back was Stanford, which I applied restrictive early action. That came back December 15th, sorry, and it was due November 1st. I didn't get in. I was not surprised, and I was honestly not that upset. I mean, yes, it hurts to get rejected, but I just kind of applied there for fun. I was like, whatever, it's Stanford, let's see what happens. And I didn't get in. I know 2 people who are going to Stanford, which are crazy, but they're in-state people because they live in California. So yeah, So that was kind of interesting. Then the next decision I got back was University of Oregon. Actually, maybe did I get Oregon? Oh, I lied. I got ASU back first 2 days after I applied. I got into the business school with a marketing major. So yeah, that was I got that back like 2 days later. They answer you really fast. So I applied that one on Common App. So some of my friends got back the same day when they applied through ASU's actual website. But yeah. Then I think I got Oregon back on like December 7th or something. With an acceptance. I applied under sociology because they have a business major, but they don't have a business school. So I should have applied business because I probably would have gotten into that major because it's Oregon, but I don't know. I just applied sociology because at that point I wasn't exactly sure what I really wanted to do. So I was like, whatever. Sociology's fine. And then I also applied to the honors college there, which is honors college for University of Oregon. So yes. Then I got my Boulder acceptance back. I got into their business school, which is actually kind of hard to get into. So I got under marketing. It's called the Leeds School of Business. And then I got the 3 big ones I really wanted to go to, and I got rejected from all 3 of them. I got rejected from UCLA first, which was the school I really wanted to go to. That one hurt a lot. Actually, you know what? That pain did not linger. It hurt in the moment. I was over it that night. I don't know. I wanted to go there for like forever, but the more research I've done and looked into it after the fact, which is why I wish I would have done it before, the less I think I would have wanted to go there. So, yeah. I don't think I would have fit in very well there. Then I got Carmen McKenna back. And yeah, that school was really small. I don't think I super would have enjoyed it. Maybe this is just my coping mechanism, is saying bad things about the schools. They're all great schools. But yeah, then USC was the last one. That was the one that hurt the most because I didn't get in. And there's a reason that I will not be sharing with you guys why it hurt a little extra. Just some things I found out about something there that my friend and I found out about, and it just kind of sucks. Some of the people who go there are just kind of snobs, I guess, and I think that that's like a stereotype that I think I'm learning is a little bit true. My hair looks stupid. But yeah, so I didn't get in. I don't think I would have been super happy there either. Again, that's probably my coping mechanism. They're all great schools, but yeah, I know some people who are going to USC that are awesome people, and people who are going to UCLA that are awesome people, and I don't know anybody who's going to Claremont McKenna, so, but I'm sure they're awesome people. Claremont McKenna only accepted like 300 people this year, which is about 60% less than I normally do, so that really sucked that I got in that pool. So, probably the moment you've all been waiting for. Where am I going to college? Because now there's only 3 options, and I will be attending the University of Colorado at Boulder. I'm really excited. I've already reached out to people. Here's the little buffalo. Woo! I'm really excited. I committed multiple weeks ago. If you guys watched my pack with me, I think the day that I posted that video, uploaded it, was the day that I committed, I think. I think I talked about going to Colorado in there, but I haven't said where I'm going after that. So now, I'm going to Colorado. I'm really excited. I took the tour there. I actually didn't know that the business school was really hard to get into. I didn't even know that it was its own school, its own separate part of the school. It has its own gen ed requirements and stuff. It's going to be very academically challenging, but I'm excited for it. I think it's a very interesting experience, and I will do a whole video talking about why I picked Boulder, because there's a bunch of factors that went into that. But I did not pick Oregon because it was really expensive. They didn't give me very much financial aid besides the littlest bit from the government, and a little academic scholarship that I got, which it was the highest one that they had, and it wasn't that much money, so it was just way too expensive. And ASU, I don't know, I didn't want to go to ASU. It's too hot in Arizona. No. So yeah, I chose Boulder. It was kind of the last option, but I am actually really excited about my choice, and I think I made a good one. But I can do a whole video talking about why I chose Boulder in a couple of weeks. So yep, maybe not a couple of weeks, in a couple of days. I don't know, a week or 2. I don't know. I'm really excited to go though. Yay! I'm excited to reveal it to you guys because I've been talking about it for a while. But nameless. It's no flag. But yeah, I'm really excited. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helped you out a lot. It's hard to get rejected. It's hard to see somebody say no, but everything happens for a reason. It's just, you gotta remember that. So if you are a rising senior or watching this multiple years in the future, I wish you the best of luck in your college decision process. Again, you will be where you're meant to be